The Big Review. The Movies. Hey guys, this is my review for The Movies. Obviously this game is about the movies, and it's your job to build a massive studio and create great films that beat all the other studios in the game. It's a little bit like Roller Coaster Tycoon because you build trailers, you build food shops, you build attractions and things like that. In this case they're sets to create your good movies. So you have to write scripts, you then film what you've written, and then you can actually edit them yourself, or the game will actually edit it for you. Then you release your films and receive ratings, and at award ceremonies you can see how you did compared to the other studios. Despite there being no actual storyline to this game, you do work through time starting in the 30s and ending whenever you like. I ended in 2025, I think. And in addition to that, you have characters, directors, actors, which all have their own stories, they all have their own lives. You can change the way they look. Like this guy, he's got some real problems by the looks of it. And they obviously get unhappy because it's a game and you have to try and make them happy. And if they're not happy, the films will be crapper and you'll get lower ratings. So it's quite a tricky game. You don't just make films, there's lots of underlying things to do. So as I said, despite there being no story, it stays interesting, it stays exciting throughout the game. In addition to the characters in the game, there are also hundreds and hundreds of different sets, varying from sci-fi to horror to action to romance. All of them specialise in different genres of film. However, you can use each set for any genre, but the novelty and rating of the film will go up if you use the correct sets. The sets need to be maintained, and obviously the higher the maintenance of the set, the better quality the film will be at the end, and then the more money you make once the film is released. If you do get bored of all these though, there is an expansion pack which allows you to get stuntmen and stunt sets to actually make your films more interesting. But you do actually have to train your stuntmen, as you can see in this Chinaman battle here. And the stuntmen can get hurt, so you have to build hospitals to make sure they perform to their best during films. So that's another interesting point that they've managed to put onto the game that makes it a little bit more fun and makes it bearable to play for a little bit longer. And now it's time to get onto the actual ratings. Firstly, we've given the graphics a 7 out of 10. Although they're not amazing, this game is from 2005 and, you know, the graphics are pretty good on the game to say it's that old. Gameplay, 7 out of 10. It does lag a tiny bit when a new action is completed, so say if a film has finished being shot, the game will freeze for about 5 seconds while it loads the next thing to happen, so that's a little bit dodgy, but it's not too bad. It doesn't hinder gameplay too much, but once you get 2 or 3 films on the go at once, it does start to get a little bit annoying. The story, 4 out of 10. There's no actual story, but you know, people do have the stories in the game. Excitement, 8 out of 10. Films are obviously exciting, as you can see here. You can actually see a film. This is an action film, and it's a film that we've shot especially for this review. Strategy, 9 out of 10. Obviously there's a definite strategy to making good films and getting high ratings, so it's definitely a strategy game in that sense, and it's quite exciting. So our big rating, taking all of those into account, is 7 out of 10, which isn't too bad. Could be better, could be worse. Again, it's one of my favourite games at the moment. I've really enjoyed playing it. It's not very expensive, obviously it's quite old, so if you can get it, I would definitely recommend it once again, because I'm a big gamer and these kind of things do appeal to me. And we're now coming to the end of my review for the movies. If you could let me know if you like this review, or can think of ways I could improve, I would appreciate that. Also, if you can think of any games that I should review, that you think I would like and you think you would like to see reviewed, just let me know. Also, if you could comment, like and subscribe, it would be much appreciated. And thanks very much for watching. My name's Sam Turner, this game is The Movies, and this is The Big Review.